Hey guys, welcome back to Siscussion. This is episode 2. This is Siscussion where two sisters have a sisterly discussion. You were supposed to chime in.
I don't want to. I don't want to do that.
Anyways, hope you guys are doing well during these hard times. We are quarantining. I hope you are quarantining too because that is responsible. And we are trying to contain this disease. And I'm calling it disease. I'm not going to use the name because apparently, like, if you actually say the name of the virus, like, YouTube is weird about it.
Maybe like you get false information, you might say it.
I think so. Like, you get demonetized. I'm not that I'm monetized anyway. I don't get any money. Yeah, they don't pay me. So, I mean, I want to get paid. Inshallah,
okay,
eventually. Anyways, so we're not going to say.
They already know what's up.
Yeah, they already know what's up. But basically, here we are. We are supposed to practice social distancing, but we're like really close right now because we have one microphone. But after this podcast, like literally right after, we're going to practice social distancing
until like next week.
Yeah, and I mean,
and then we have to come this.
To be honest, this is getting serious. Like,
but I feel like it's not that big of a deal for me and you. Because we literally are going the same places all the time.
That doesn't mean anything. I can catch something.
Yeah, but if you catch it, literally you're touching the same things in the house. You're.
I mean, still.
On my. In my room.
Still. Anyways.
It's already too late.
I mean, well, let's try the best we can. At least we know we tried, right?
You know what? I don't even want you to be close to me anyway, so yeah.
Alrighty, we're off to a great start. So, you guys, hope you guys are doing well. Just keep the spirits high. I don't know. I mean,
pick up a hobby. I read this thing and it was like people were saying how like they realized at this time that how little hobbies they have and that they're really bored. So
yeah,
pick up a hobby.
Yeah, pick up a hobby. Honestly, like seriously, I love hobbies. I actually can say I have a lot of hobbies. I just don't tap into them as much as I
So is it really a hobby?
I mean, there are things I'm good at. They were hobbies at one point. Like, I'm good at arts and crafts. I'm really good at arts and crafts. I like to crochet. I'm not super good at...
I started crocheting again today.
Yeah. I should do that. But,
reading.
I need to read. I actually really like reading, but it's just like I don't read. So I'll read, inshallah. There's a book on my shelf that I've really been meaning to read. Also, what else? I like to... What else? Oh, do YouTube. Hello,
but have you been posting?
Exactly, Hello. That's what I'm saying. They were hobbies at one point.
So what is it now?
It's a hobby now because I'm doing it, right? We're doing our Siscussion, and it's going to go up on the internet. So, yeah, so pick up a hobby. Like, just tap into what, even if you're not necessarily good at it, like, if it's something that you like to do and you practice at it, you'll become good at it. So, yeah, there's just so much you can do at home, y'all. I'm just wondering, like, when this is all going to end. Like, because, like,
Yeah, school is wild. Yeah. I get emails every day, like, 12 times a day, saying new things, and... I'm just saying that everyone's going to be doing really well this semester online.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was telling you that earlier that, like, I feel like the generation of the virus is, like, we're going to come out, I feel like, the most incompetent, like... people in the workforce. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, like, people who are in med school, they can't, like, go to clinicals. Like, I start, nursing school back up again in May. And I don't know how. Apparently, they sent us an email and they're like, oh, we're going to do clinicals online. And I'm just like, how is that even possible? They're not allowing us to go inside the hospital setting, which I understand. But I'm just like, how, if, like, clinicals are everything. That is where you learn your skills. And apparently I'm going to be doing that online. And I'm just like...
It's not the same. Because then when you get a real patient, it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, what am I doing? I only learned this virtually.
Yeah, for a lot of my classes, I had like something to do every day. I had school every day and like volunteering. So from going to all that to nothing is really weird. And my labs, I had like a couple labs that are now online. And I don't know. Like, I know what's going on, but like, it's not the same.
Yeah. So life is basically on its head right now.
I feel like everyone, because there's not that many testings going on. So, like, you, like, Google your symptoms of, do I have corona? And
oh, yeah.
I feel like, should you be doing that?
Yeah. Which actually is a good segue to our next
see what
topic.
I did there?
Yeah, I saw what you did there. So that was actually topic number 1. Topic number 2 is self-diagnosis. So I know that according to Google
WebMD
and WebMD, I have HIV, I have cancer, 2 types. I have colorectal cancer, brain tumor, and allegedly. I also have neuropathy, and a heart defect. So,
you're one of the lucky ones.
I'm one of the lucky ones.
Because for me, I have breast cancer. I have PTSD. I have IBS.
Wait, no, you actually really do have IBS though.
Allegedly. I have, I think, skin cancer. Actually, that's questionable. I think that went away because remember when I had that thing on my knee, and then
the wart.
And then I used like a cold thing, like a thing, and it just fell off.
Yeah.
That's probably the cancer.
So what we're trying to say is that self-diagnosis on Google.
Oh, and the virus.
Oh yeah. I have corona as well.
You're not supposed to.
Shiz. Oh, shiznib. All right, whatever. They're not gonna pay me no way anyhow. But basically, what we're trying to say is like we are queens of self-diagnosing. I don't know if you guys. I'm sure honestly, a lot of people since like the dawn of Google, I'm sure people have self-diagnosed everything. Yeah. Actually, a year ago, I went to the doctor, and they had like this screen that says like, don't use Dr. Google. And I was like, that should be like...
But it's so hard.
It is hard.
Because if something's hurting or something's not right, and you want to Google what are the chances.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like, vividly, I was like 13 and I had this lump under my armpit. And then I went crying to Mom because it said that I had breast cancer.
Yeah.
And I barely had breasts. So I was sobbing like, Mom, it's over.
Yeah.
And she was like really calming me down and we went to the doctor. I don't have breast cancer.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I mean, we're definitely not trying to make light of these diseases. These are real things. But basically.
But the how serious you take it, that diagnosis, I felt as if a doctor told me to my face, I have breast cancer at 13 with no breast.
Remember the time I took the TB test? Remember the TB test? And
you trying to read the test
Yes, I did. Because, okay, so I had to take the TB test for school. And basically they just prick you with a needle with legit tuberculosis, right?
Something,
some sort of disease. And then within the next few days, you're supposed to see if, like, your skin reacts. If it does react, then you might have tuberculosis, and then if you have tuberculosis, you have to get a chest x-ray and all this stuff. But if your skin doesn't react, then you're good. You don't have tuberculosis. So, I saw that I had my skin reacted, and I was frantic. I was, like, texting Mom. I was calling. I was like, Mom, I have tuberculosis. Like, it's happening. I have it. This is the end. I'm sorry. Like, yeah. And then she was like, let me see. And then I sent her a picture, and she was like, you don't have tuberculosis. Like, relax. And then I got my TB test results, and it came back negative. So, but the reason why I was so afraid is because I did a million searches for a positive TB test. Like, you know, what does a positive TB test look like? And it looked like what I had. And honestly, to this day, I'm still kind of confused.
Yeah, well, how did you pass?
I don't know. And I still am a little sus about that because I'm just like, it looked
Maybe they just
positive.
couldn't be bothered.
Yeah. And then I asked my friend when we started school, I was like, hey, like, how was your TB test results? And she was like, yeah, it's fine. Like, nothing happened. And I showed her, like, hey, yeah, you know, I had this. And she's like, I think you have tuberculosis. And I was just like, so maybe I have tuberculosis. No, I don't think so, though. Because, like, But the thing is, I have really, really sensitive skin.
Oh, yeah, you do. Like, you scratch yourself and it reacts.
Yeah, like, I can literally scratch myself.
Scrap everything you said.
Yeah, I have very, 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 very sensitive skin. So that could definitely be the answer. So self-diagnosis, you guys, like, Google will scare you. I'm telling you, like,
go to a doctor if you can.
If you can. 80% of the time, like, the things that you Google, it's probably not what you speculate it is. So yeah, Google is not a doctor. Even WebMD, like, who are these doctors, by the way? What kind of...
it says.
I used WebMD once. I actually paid for it. I forgot what it was for.
You paid for WebMD?
Yeah.
I mean, that money could have been going to a doctor.
I know. I forgot it was for. It was a long time ago. I was like 17 or something. I can't even remember why, but I don't know this man's credentials. I don't know if he's a real MD. He could be a
hacker.
Yeah, he could literally be a freaking architect, all I know, but
I mean, it probably isn't that hard because do you remember a couple years ago on the news there was this 17-year-old boy who had his own practice,
his whole clinic.
It was a doctor touching people, diagnosing people.
His name was Dr. Love.
Dr. Love. Shout out to Dr. Love.
Shout out to Dr. Love.
He did the thing. I think he was in jail. Oh, no.
He's in jail now.
No.
He's in jail now.
He came out. I think he came out because I remember watching an interview and he kind of like denied that whole... I think he denied that whole time of his life.
No, he denied it, but then he came out and said, yeah, y'all, like, I was a scammer. I was scamming all these people. I'm not a doctor. Don't listen to my advice.
And he never would answer the question of, like, did you go to medical school? And he was like, I'm trained. I'm a credentials. Something, but I don't know how he was able to get a whole building and have, like, his name, like, scratched into a plaque or something.
I'm sorry. I you know what? I'm not even really mad at him because this boy's 17.
He managed, or was.
I'm like kind of confused on society. How did this boy get away with that? How did he get his own bill? How did he get the funds for that?
I don't know.
I blame
Where are his parents?
I don't know, but all I'm saying is that this is society's fault.
Check out Dr. Love. I think was it in Florida? Yeah. It sounds like it would be in Florida.
Yeah, I think it was in Florida.
Dr. Love in Florida.
Pretty sure. Florida is, oh my god, all kinds of messed up. Okay, so next topic. Women saying sorry too much.
I can't relate.
Oh, okay, well, that's me.
But I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
To you.
Yeah, because it's me. That's literally me.
Like, someone can literally push you on the ground and you'll be like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Literally. I forgot what it was. No, I think I ran into an inanimate object.
And yeah.
And I said sorry.
And I remember I was like, who'd you say sorry to? And you're like, the toilet or something.
Something like that. No, it's really, really bad. It's really, really bad. And I'm more conscious about it. But yeah, there's this thing about, like, women. And I've seen lots of videos about it as well. But, we have a problem with saying sorry for things that aren't even our fault. You know, like things that are out of our control. You know, and things that we shouldn't even have to say sorry for. Like, okay, I don't know, what?
Something stupid.
You did, yeah, why do you have to apologize?
Like if you, like, I think this happened to you once, like, I think you were at a drive-thru and you handed someone money and maybe the coins or something fell and you said sorry. I'm like, why are you sorry? Yeah,
she, the person, I think it's Boston Market. I think the lady, she dropped the coins and I said sorry. I'm like, why? And it's always, every time that happens, I'm always like, why did I say sorry?
I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
That's what I say. I think the thing with that is that, I don't know if I made this up or I read this. I don't know. But that women aren't, like, they're not used to taking up space or being in spaces that are, like, for them or, like, welcoming. So then it's, like, it's almost like you're conditioned to, like, say sorry for things. And you maybe don't want to be seen as, like, a bossy person or a mean person. Because usually a woman who, like, stands her ground or whatever is, like, seen with all these bad connotations.
Yeah, no, I admire those who, like, women, especially who are, they're like, I'm here, and so what? You know, like, Mom is like that. Mom is definitely like that. She's like, I'm here, okay, hello, whatever. So, I really admire that. But yeah, I think as women, and I'm not the only one. I heard a lot of, like, my friends who have said sorry. I remember one time I was in class, and, like, I was in biology class, like, years ago. And, I was asking a question, and my professor was literally telling us, y'all, ask us questions, or ask me questions, because, like, I don't teach for no reason. I want you guys to, if you're confused, ask me. That's why I'm here. So every time I'd raise my hand to ask a question, I would say, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then I remember one girl said, "Girl, like, stop saying sorry, because the questions that you're asking, everybody else is thinking it."
Yeah.
So I'm just like, you're right. Like, I shouldn't say sorry. So
what was the mindset behind that?
I don't know. I guess because I didn't want to interrupt the class. You know what I mean? Like, it was like I'm interrupting with my,
even after he said, "Ask me questions."
Yeah. And he wasn't annoyed or anything. It was just me in my head.
Any teacher who's, like, annoyed with asking questions shouldn't be teaching.
Yeah.
And I heard this thing where it's, like, replace sorry with thank you. Like, instead of sorry I'm late, say thank you for waiting, or just replace, like, a sorry with thank you.
But does anything have to be replaced?
Because, I mean, no, but you know how, like, people say, like, bad habits, instead of cutting it off, replace it with something to make it easier?
Yeah.
Like, instead of saying nothing. But if you're late, probably
apologize for that. Apologize, for sure, yeah. I mean, women, let's stop saying sorry. We are just as important. We take up space, and so what? So, that's something I definitely need to put into practice. Okay, so our next topic. What are things that you hate talking about? This took you a while to think about.
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. So I hate talking about my YouTube channel.
Why?
I hate talking about my YouTube. I don't tell anybody about my YouTube channel. It literally...
How does the conversation usually go?
There is no conversation because no one knows.
So then how do you know you hate talking about it?
Well, no, actually, yeah. Some people have found out. Like my friends, my very close friends. But, like, if someone that I don't really know that well, or, like, brings up, like, which has happened a long time ago. Back when I used to do, like, hair videos. Yeah, like, my super embarrassing videos. I was mortified. And to this day, I will be mortified if someone found out that I have a YouTube channel, like, that I, like, somewhat kind of know. Because
But you have an Instagram.
I know, but it's different. It's different.
But you have an Instagram, and, like, in your YouTube is, like, linked to your Instagram.
No, it's not.
Well, don't you put it in the description?
Okay, here's the thing. Here's what I do. I will put my social media on I will put my social media on the description of, or our social media on the description of this video. But I will never shout out my YouTube channel on my Instagram. Because, like, I know people.
What if it blew up?
If it blew up, it blew up. But, like, I just want it separate. I don't know.
That's very weird.
I know, it's so weird. I mean, I think, you know what? I think maybe...
Have another Instagram for YouTube.
I don't know. I just want people to find out. Maybe...
Have another Instagram.
I'll think about it.
For YouTube. Because what if someone's like, oh my god, like, you're really on whatever on your...
hello? Oh, sorry. What was that? Anyways...
I don't know, but that doesn't make sense. If I wanted to keep it a secret, I'm keeping it a secret. Like, I'm not putting my social media in my...
it's not that I'm keeping it a secret. It's just that, like, I just don't want people to judge me.
But who's even people? You don't even talk to anybody that you follow. You know, the people who you talk to already know.
They don't. What?
The people who you're, like, close with. No. Like, I know your group chat.
No, like, I mean, yeah, okay. It's weird, though.
Like, people from high school that you don't talk to anymore?
Yeah.
Why does it matter? You're never going to see them again.
No, I know. I just want people... I just rather people who don't know me in my personal life watch my videos. Because it's like they... I don't know how to explain. They're judging me based on what they see online rather than, like, who I am in real life and who I am online. Not saying that they're necessarily two different people. It's just that, like, I just don't want that to like, mush together. I just like to keep this as what it is and then my personal life as what it is. Like, I don't want people in my personal life to fuse with the people on my internet life.
But are the
it's weird. It makes no sense. I know.
It's just
that
the people from, like, high school, which was, like, a decade ago.
No, it's not even people from high school. It's just that I don't know. Like
who's these people?
I don't know.
Because if you don't see them all the time, then
I know
you don't even know them anymore. They don't know you anymore.
It's not necessarily logical, but that's
that makes no sense.
Anyways, but inshallah, I know I've thought about this though. I know that eventually I need to, like, actually, like, merge my Instagram with my YouTube, so it will happen inshallah, because I do want to. Like, it is a bit weird having two separate things, and you know what I mean? But for right now, I'm good.
Okay.
Right. So, what about you?
Things that I don't like talking about. I I never really like talking about myself.
Yeah, you don't.
Because I feel like I like to keep myself for myself.
Even with me. And it's
I will talk to you about
annoying
stuff. Oh my
because
God.
I tell you everything.
Okay, some people are different. Can that be good enough? I don't like talking. Like, I like talking about certain things with certain people. And certain things, I don't want to feel vulnerable, so I just keep it to myself.
Okay.
Just because you share things with me doesn't mean I have to give you something in return. Like, I'm just gonna take it and that's it. Don't.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I get it. No, there's certain things I get it. Like, there's some things when people ask, they're just like, "What the hell?" Like,
yeah, I'm like, none of your business.
It's none of your business. Relax. No, yeah, I totally get it. But that's you're just like weird, kind of. Like, you don't like. I'll ask you a question, especially the kinds of questions that I'm like. That I really want to know.
Yeah, I know. You get excited. And I'm
just like especially, it's always
stop smiling.
The juicy stuff. And I'm just like, you never tell me the juicy stuff.
Yeah, because the juicy stuff is for me.
Yeah, whatever. You're so annoying.
No, I'm not. Wait, do you have another one?
No, actually, I
don't like school, talking about school.
Oh, yeah, I don't like talking about school. Like, okay, not that I don't like talking about school, because there are aspects about, like, for example, nursing school and, like, clinicals. Like, well, like, this is what I did in clinicals and stuff. Like, that's fun. Because it's not like a classroom setting. But, like, if I'm talking about, like, oh, what'd you get on your exam? Or, like, oh, we have an exam, we have an assignment due. Or, how are you doing in school? Or,
how are you doing in
like,
school?
Oh,
who's going to say bad?
Yeah, exactly. If I'm doing bad, shoot. Every time I've done bad, I've always done good in school.
It hurts a little.
It hurts a little bit. It stings, actually, rather. Because, like, it reminds me that I'm doing poorly. But I'm not saying, like, in general, like...
It's also none of your business.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. For me, it's not, like, to be honest with you, school is the route. School is not something that I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about the destination. And it just is what it is.
But even if you get there, are you going to want people to be like, how's work?
I mean, yeah. Because, like, this is what I'm working towards. You know, I'm not working towards school. Alhamdulillah, like, I get the opportunity to go to school, but school is not my passion. I love to learn, but, like, the whole school setting of it, like, the exams, the homework, the professors, like, that doesn't excite me.
I think that people only say how's school, it's like how a stranger will say, how are you? Like, they don't care. It's just
small
like
talk,
small talk and, like, a greeting type thing.
Yeah, like, how's the weather? I'm just like, yeah, school's good. The weather's good.
And you
like,
just say good and they keep pushing.
I
don't care really if people ask me.
It's dry.
Yeah, it's dry.
It's dry. It tells me that you're dry and our relationship is dry.
The only people who ask me how school are, like, older people.
Trust me, I've had some...
And if someone asks how's school, like, it would be like, oh, like, I don't know. I feel like anytime maybe someone might... Actually, I don't know. Like, if someone my age says it, then we don't probably know it.
I feel like also, not all people, but sometimes shallow people.
Yeah, they'll ask how school, so you ask,
they can.
Yeah.
Those people who are like know-it-alls or doing excellent in school.
Yeah, they're like, well, I'm glad that you asked.
Yeah, exactly, because they want to talk about how well they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they are the people, like those shallow people. They're like the kind of people that I especially hate talking about school with.
But they're also I feel like those are also the same people who they'll say like, oh, any fun plans this weekend, or what did you do last weekend? You'll say nothing, and then like, I had that happen to me once, and I said, oh yeah, I'm not doing anything, or I didn't. Have nothing to do this weekend, and then I won't ask again because I don't care. Like, I really don't ask things I don't care about. Yeah. So then the person was like, yeah, so what I'm doing this weekend is whatever. And I was like, and it was something I don't even remember.
Yeah, they just want to talk about themselves, yeah.
But I don't know if it's shallow. Maybe it's something they just want to bring up.
Yeah, but that's a little... I mean, I get it. That's a segue of how you want to talk about
But I don't think it's bad to say, like, oh, guess what I'm doing? Or like, oh, I'm doing this. Maybe, I don't know, they don't...
No, I mean, not all people who want to talk about school are shallow. I'm not saying that. It's just, like, I think a lot of people who are shallow, they want to talk about, like, school. Who are, like, bookworms and, like, nerds.
Also, this is something kind of on topic, but, like, what I don't like talking about is, like, you ever feel like you're on the verge of crying. Like, you are this close. Yeah. And then they say... Are you okay?
Yeah.
Or something wrong, bruh. That makes me just gush, and I'm just like, you had to do it.
Yeah. Especially if they're the reason why.
Actually, I
or no, or maybe you're not on the verge of tears, but you're pissed. And, like, the person
No, I'll go off anyways.
Yeah.
I don't need them to ask, is everything okay?
Yeah. I hate when the person that makes me upset is the one that, like, who asks me if I'm okay.
Actually, you know what? That never happens to me, because I get upset with you all the time, and then you'll just be like, what's your deal? Or why are you like this? Or why are you mad?
Who, me?
Yeah. And then it's like, yo! It's not like, is everything okay?
Made you mad.
Yeah.
I never made you mad. Like, we don't, okay, yes, I made you mad, but, like, we don't fight that, like, we bicker a lot, but we don't, like, fight.
Sometimes you raise your voice.
Okay, but I don't really, when I raise I really don't even mean it. Like,
okay, so then, in my heart, it hurts.
Sorry.
I feel it.
Sorry.
Anyways.
So the last and final topic we are going to talk about is, we're going to actually pose a question to you. I mean, we're going to obviously talk about it as, can I speak English?
Mm-hmm.
It's that corona. We're going to pose a question to you guys, and if you want, you can talk about it in the comments down below. But we want to know sketchy things that happen to you at school. Like, it could be elementary school, high school. We just want to know.
A lot of sketchy things happen to you.
Loads of sketchy things happen to me. But we're gonna kind of like share our experience, and you'll know exactly what kind of thing we're talking about when we mean like sketchy
let's start
things.
from like elementary and then bring it on up to higher education.
Okay. Shoot, I got a lot of stories. Am I gonna say all of them? Because I'm gonna have to break it down real.
Just like summarize maybe, but I know the first.
You go first.
Yeah, I don't really have that many, but I know that for both of us, the elementary school we went to. And I think it was required, low-key, for, like, other schools to do scoliosis tests. But basically for us, we went to a school where I think, like, I was supposed to be a nurse or someone trained to do this scoliosis test. But for us, what we had to do is wear a 2-piece bikini and then bend forward and, like, touch our toes. But the thing is, we would do it in front of, like, the basketball coach.
So basically, we had to do this scoliosis test in front of a coach/teacher.
He taught math?
I don't know. Yeah, math. He taught math. And he was not qualified. No. He was not qualified at all. So basically, what we're trying to say is that, like, we had to perform some sort of medical test in front of
bend acrobatics.
Yeah, in front of someone who was not trained. So that was like, and I remember a couple days ago, I put this in my friend group chat. Like, why did we have scoliosis tests in front of proctored by someone who was not qualified?
I don't know.
And that was like, to this day, I'm just like, what in the heck?
And when it lasts like 5 seconds, you walk in, you take off your shirt, you touch your toes, then you leave.
And it was by a man.
Yeah. See, I guess he would just look at your back. Like,
yeah. Just bend over and
I was like, I could have done this by myself. Like, in the mirror.
Yeah.
But, like, you literally put your butt to his face.
And even if I had scoliosis, like, even if we had scoliosis, what are they going to do?
Call the police.
Are you gonna fix it? Like, call the police. Like, I was just, like, confused. Like, what are you gonna report it to my doctor?
You have to have physicals yearly, so when did the doctors know that?
Exactly.
It's like, okay, I already know I have scoliosis. I don't need to bend forward.
It was weird. It was just, like, so strange.
Yeah.
Like,
and it was during the time of, like, puberty.
Yeah,
and you're, like,
insecure.
And you're more aware of your body.
Yeah.
And granted, I remember there being another woman in the room, but they weren't paying no mind to me because they had a thing going on, the coach and the teacher. Like, they were, like, flirting the whole time. So...
yeah, it was really weird.
I doubt they looked at my back.
Yeah, let us know if you ever had, like, some sort of, like, weird, like, physical, like, examination.
Unqualified,
done
unnecessary.
Yeah, because, like, I'm 1,000% sure that has to be done by a school nurse.
Or someone
who knows.
I think maybe because he's a math teacher, he knows angles, so they're like, that's close enough.
Yeah, okay, Anyways, so in high school, I went to a Christian school, and there was a church affiliated with the school. So the church and the school were, like, together. And basically, the pastor of the school, he was also the president of the pastor of the church. He was the president of the school. So he, like, his whole family, like, owned everything.
Okay.
And like, he was, like, cool. Like, everyone respected him. He was, like, I guess he's been, you know, preaching there
I remember
for
him
years.
preaching.
Yeah, he was, sometimes he would preach at the chapel.
He was a nice guy.
Yeah, he was cool. He was whatever. And so I think my senior year of high school or my junior year of high school, there was this, like, rumor going around that he had an affair with one of the substitute teachers. And, like, in the beginning, I was like, yeah, probably, but probably not. It's probably just a rumor. Like, everybody spreads rumors in high school, like, stupid stuff, right? And then, like, as weeks progressed, like, the rumors started getting stronger and stronger. I remember I was in leadership class, and he had come to the class weeks prior, and he said, hey, guys, like, don't mind all of the rumors that's going around in the campus. Like, it's not real. Like, I trust in you guys. You guys are the leaders of the school, because it was leadership. And I was like, yeah, Mr. Pastor, sir. Like, of course. Like, so, yeah, as the weeks progressed, like, this rumor started getting stronger. And then all of a sudden, I was in school, and Mom, I think, calls me or texts me. She's like, guess who's on the news? And I'm just like, what are you talking about? And then she comes and tells me, like, the pastor's on the news because he had an affair with the substitute teacher, yada, yada, yada. So long story short, the rumor ended up being real. The pastor of the school was having an affair with the substitute teacher. And the craziest thing about this is that I knew this woman. I knew her very, very well. Like, I remember she wanted us to, like, hang out one day, and she was very, like, she always, like, just talk and chat with me. So it was like, it wasn't like like, this old, like, substitute teacher I didn't know. Like, I knew her, and I was like, dang. And I remember, like, on the news, like, they played, like, a voice recording of her admitting it, and I was like,
so it was her who
Miss
No, don't say it. I trusted you,
Miss Samantha.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that is basically what happened. What else?
So what happened to the pastor?
He's not a pastor anymore. Actually, his son.
They dethroned him.
He was like dethroned, and his son is the pastor. I think, as far as I know. So yeah. And what else? I have another story as well.
I have one. I actually remember.
Okay.
This one? Okay. So, in 12th grade, I had a math teacher who, like, me and my other friend, we were, like, close to. Like, he was a really cool dude who would, like, cook for our class and stuff. So we really liked him, and even after we graduated high school, he would, like, keep in touch with us and, like, email us and stuff. So one day he emailed us, like, after graduation, and he said that he got fired, and we were really confused, and he said that he doesn't know why, and he is really sad about this because he loves his job, and yada, yada, yada. So, my other friend, she was basically saying, oh, we should, like, email, like, the principal and say how much we love the math teacher, and maybe that can convince him to, like, keep his job or whatever. So we did that, and we just said, like, oh, yeah, we really love Mr. Math teacher, and he's a good person, and all that stuff. The principal basically emailed us the same exact, copied and pasted the email saying, sorry, like, we understand Mr. Math teacher's a good dude, but we're going to have to let him go. What are you doing?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. We're going to have to let him go. Long story short, a couple months after that, math teacher emailed me and my friend basically saying he was able to tell us what actually happened. So in my school, if you cheat on a test, you have to go through this thing called honor court, which is just an extra, it's really useless, honestly, but it's just like a process to, like, see if you're guilty of cheating or whatever other crimes you committed in the school. And so during my math teacher's, one of his classes, a student cheated on his test. So he went through that honor court process, and they found him guilty. But the man, like, the student's dad, got really upset with him that he was found guilty and said my son would never, and said that the teacher was being, like, racist or something, and that he doesn't deserve this. And my assumption is that the father was paying, like, a bunch of money to the school, because that's something, like, my school did. Like, they took donations all the time, and if you did, you kind of got special treatment. So what the principal did was hide all the evidence and all that stuff, and basically kept the student in the school and didn't punish him, and fired the math teacher in retaliation. But a couple months later, people found out that the principal did that and then fired the principal. So
dang. Oh, the principal got fired?
The principal got fired because he did all this shady stuff to hide that the student was cheating. So the teachers, when they find a student cheating, they have to report it. So when the math teacher reported it, the principal fired him because they didn't want the daddy to take away these funds or something.
Yeah.
And because he said, like, oh, the Mr. Math teacher was being racist against the student.
Oh, my
that
gosh.
That was, I guess, good enough, so he fired him.
Yeah.
And then people found the evidence that the principal did that. And then they fired the principal. And I was just like, wow.
Dirty, dirty man.
And this principal was really liked in this school. Like,
oh, yeah.
He was
yeah.
the man. Not to me, but, like, I didn't give a damn.
Well, he was new, though.
The principal?
Oh, that was the... He was
the bald-looking guy with the mustache.
one that on the calendars?
Yeah, I'll show you his picture. He was there for, like 20, 30 years. Oh. He, like, ran this whole thing. There was a president in the school, but the principal dude was, like, a little bit under him. Like, he ran the whole thing.
Oh, president. Okay, sorry.
It wasn't the president who got fired.
Okay.
You're thinking of someone else.
Yeah, I'm thinking of someone else.
But, like, this man, he was, like, all about integrity and stuff. And what are you doing?
Sorry.
Are you, like, trying to get food?
No. no, there's a tag that I'm just trying to read.
Okay, well, you're distracted.
Sorry.
Anyway, so, yeah, that's something sketchy that happened post-graduation. That's
crazy. Dang.
So, both of our principals.
Yeah, we're doing dirty stuff.
Scummy stuff.
I have one last story. Are you going to tell one more story, or that's it?
That's as far as it gets.
Yeah, that you were, like, you didn't even breathe when you were saying that story.
Okay.
So, my last story, and then we're going to wrap this up because it's almost 40 minutes. So, basically it's kind of short. So, there was this new boy at my school.
I know where this is going.
Yeah, I know. So there was this so there was this new boy at our school. We're gonna call him Jiminy. Jiminy. That seems like a shooter name, right? Oh, let me know. Spoiler. So there's this boy named Jiminy at my school, and he was white. He's white. All
right.
Sorry. So he had actually come to the school because his previous school, he had gotten expelled from that school for racial slurs.
Red flag number 1.
Yeah, which is red flag number 1. So, okay, whatever. This boy is a delinquent, but okay, he's at our school, so what can we do? Hey.
Welcome him in.
Welcome in, and he wasn't in my class. The only class I had with him was Bible class. Again, I went to a Christian school. So, he was a little weird, not gonna lie. He hung out with, like, the weird kids, but even the weird kids didn't really like him that much.
He was too weird for the weird kids?
But not even just weird. Like, he was, like, strange. Like, strange, like Ted Bundy strange, And so, like, whatever. He was a little strange. He's too weird for the weird kids, all right? So, so basically at the end of the senior year, I don't know, I think this is like a nationwide thing that seniors have, like, this thing called a grad bash. And grad bash is where you can go to, like, Disney World or Universal Studios for, like, an entire night. So, since our school was a private school, we didn't really have that privilege. However, one of our friends had, like, she had, like, connections. She was able to get our senior class to do grad bash. Don't know how she did it, but she did it. However, it was by invitation basis. It wasn't like she invited most people, but there were some people that she just decided not to invite. So, whatever. Long story short, the boy, what was his name? Jiminy. He found out that he was not invited to the grad bash. And he had found out, and because the girl was, like, handing out invitations, and then he had approached her and said, oh, I was invited. And she was like, yeah. And then he goes and says, oh, it's just a matter of time. So I was just like,
that's like strike number 4.
That's some Ted Bundy stuff.
Strike number 3 was he was weird for the weird kids.
Yeah, strike number 1, he got expelled from his last school. Strike number 2 is too weird for the weird kids. Strike number 3, him making that statement that it's only a matter of time. So that was strike number 3. Strike number 4 was when eventually he got suspended. Come to find out, he was he had a class called computers, and he was looking up guns and pornography. So
2 separate things or together?
2 separate things.
All right.
Yeah. So he was looking up guns and pornography, and then one thing led to another. He got expelled, and then my principal decided that she wanted to tell us why, because I guess we were wondering why he got expelled. And she had told us that he was, like, plotting against us, basically. So he was basically going to shoot up the school. So, yeah.
Where's he at now?
I have no idea. But he had that look of, I am going to rue the day. You know what I mean? With my guns. With my AK-47. You know what I mean? So, yeah. That's my story. And that is the end of this podcast. Sorry we had to end at like a really
Let's not end
morbid.
it there. Stay indoors.
Yeah, stay indoors, guys. Be safe. Drink water.
At least I don't even know about. Speaking of this, I don't know about like the whole like shooting things, because there's been shootings like every day for the past like however years. Now that everything's closed, like
shootings have gone down.
So that's something.
Alhamdulillah, yeah. So that's actually something to.
But Corona's gone up.
Yeah, Corona's gone up. So.
Pros and cons.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry this was like a weird ending, but you guys stay safe, seriously. Do the best you can to do the best you can.
Yeah.
And any last words, Mina?
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands, y'all. Wash your hands, please.
And don't take all the toilet paper
and
the Lysol. Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah, please. Save it for all the rest of us.
Don't listen to WhatsApp stuff.
Yes.
That goes around that your mom's probably been sending you.
Yes. And with that being said, thank you guys for tuning into Siscussion, and we will catch you in our next one. Goodbye.